I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I'll travel across the world, searching far and wide.
I've never.
Be Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
He's cardio for the day.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch it. How do you guys not know it?
I don't know.
I was kind of alone there. Kind of
It's my
feel a little bit embarrassed.
destiny.
We go
You
live for the
teach
first
me
time.
and I teach you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're a little rusty.
Pokemon.
Oh, Jesus.
I wish
All right.
Warhawk had my cards. Do you have them there, Brad?
I don't know.
You gotta
Probably
show up.
somewhere.
Brad sold them. Brad sold
I know.
off all the time.
I'm actually worried, man.
I have no idea. Well, they went to the lake for Matt, and I'm not actually sure after that.
That's
I
gonna
went
be
back the next day, swiped them all.
Matt's got him.
That's
I
why
got
we're
him the
doing this. We're
lockbox,
figuring out
Dave.
which ones I value the
Hey,
most to tell
but-
the like whole
All
story.
right, let's get it. It's been a while since we podcasted. We're gonna do a
Jeez, bro.
Pokemon draft. Is gonna be the main thing. It's beers and bets. We got to talk a little bit of sports. So let's go through quickly some recent NFL news. I want to start with Jimmy's Broncos. Russell Wilson will no longer be the quarterback, which is great news. Only downside is $85 million in dead cap. But for getting rid of him, it's worth it. It's just worth it to get him out of the fucking building, get rid of him, cut your losses instead of having to deal with them for the next 2-3 years, you know? So fuck him, get rid of him. Sucks that they traded for him, wasted draft picks, wasted money, but move on, cut your losses,
You
let
worry
Sean
that
Payton take care of it.
Sean Payton's never drafted a quarterback?
I do a little bit, and Sean Payton's never had success as a head coach without Drew Brees when you look
Do you
at
see
it.
Kirk Cousins in
But-
Denver?
There's
No.
a chance. I'd say he would be on their radar. He would be on their radar at the very least. I think Jameis
Pittsburgh-
Winston should also be on their radar.
Pittsburgh should be on. Should get Cousins. That'd be a good one. Pittsburgh, I think,
They've
would be good for
invested too
Cousins.
much, I think, to go pay
Cousins
him.
would be a good spot for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
Why would Cousins want to go to Pittsburgh instead of returning to Minnesota? Because Minnesota's got the same setup or probably better.
Because they have Mike Tomlin and their defense is better. Right?
Yeah,
He's not
their
going to
offense
take a
is much
pay
worse.
cut.
Their
They're not
offense
going
is
to pay
much
him
worse.
$40 million.
Maybe, but I'm saying I think that would be a good fit for him over I don't want him in Denver, dude. We've done that. We did it with Joe Flacco. We did it with
You want
Case
Baker?
Keenum. No, because we did it with Joe Flacco. We did it with Case Keenum.
Where do you
Same
draft
thing.
this year?
I don't think
Number
Baker's
one.
available anymore either. I think
No,
We're
Baker,
trading every
coming
pick
back.
we have left, which
Fuck
isn't
that pick.
much because we. Yeah, we're fucked. And Sean Payton, I must trust, I guess, man. I don't know anymore. I sat on this couch 3 years ago praising firing of Nathaniel Hackett, or not even that long ago, or firing of Vic Fangio for Nathaniel Hackett, thinking at the time we're getting Rodgers and we're going to get Russ. And time goes quick, dude. Fuck them.
If
That's
it's,
the
Fucking
truth.
right out of town, dude. It does, though. It doesn't feel that good.
Fuck that $85 million.
when it comes down to it, you just gotta trust Sean Payton at this point.
Yeah.
Whoever he picks.
Yeah.
I don't
And
care if
we've
it's Jameis. I don't care if it's Deshaun Watson. You got to let him have his handful of years and trust that
Jameis
he's going
is
to make
not
it
in
work.
question.
Yeah,
Dude,
nobody's
listen.
talking about Jameis in the
He
NFL
picked
as
up
a starter.
before he had fucking
I am.
Jameis, man.
Well, you. Yeah. Hey,
Dude,
if he
and-
ever becomes a starter, we got to somehow be like the podcast for Jameis.
I'll buy the jersey 100% right
You
now.
should have. I can't believe you don't have it.
I don't have a
That's
Winston
crazy.
jersey. I don't.
Yeah.
I love the dude. He's hilarious, man.
I
He's
know you might
fucking
have the
hilarious.
patent on like his website, Matt.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think this podcast has existed. We've been around through Russell Wilson coming there and then all that happening. And it doesn't feel that fucking long, right? It's dude, it's been 4 years, but it's 3 years. And that whole nightmare, dude, it's it's still not over because it's
It's only been 2 years, man.
well, it feels like 20. I'm saying
You're aging quickly there, Mel. What the hell?
I'm thinking because when I met her, the Broncos had just won. They haven't won since. Now, when I first met Katrina, Villanova won 2 championships in 3 years. The Red Sox won. Tiger won the Masters. I'm thinking the Blues won the Cup. I'm like, what a fucking good luck show. Then deep down, the team I hate the fucking worst. It's the worst case. So congrats to them. Get fucked. I hope they all.
How about them Chiefs?
I just wish the people at that parade.
Bye,
would've got
Kelsey.
The people at the parade should have got the right guys. So
Why do
that's
you
all I
think he
gotta
took so long to retire?
Because he
Because he
didn't
had
want
to act
somebody else
like-
to do it for him, is what it
Yeah.
was. Like somebody else had caught wind of it and retired for him. Basically, I don't remember if it was whatever sports commentator
Oh,
it
he
was.
rushed a press
Yeah.
conference out.
Like basically, Jason Kelsey wasn't allowed to retire for himself, so he wanted to deny it, and then he finally got his stage yesterday
Yeah.
or the day before to retire for himself.
Not a
And honestly,
you saw the way
from
it
what I
rolled
heard-
around. It was time to go.
No.
You can only lose so many Super Bowls before you retire. you
He
know?
is a selfish fucking douche that showed up to a team celebration dressed like a king after they won a Super Bowl. Big deal. And then does that shit. You know why he waited? Because he knew the NFL season was over and he would get everyone
He
talking
was
about
waiting
him.
for the lull.
He was waiting for everyone to be talking about him, not doing it right when his season ended, not
New
everyone's fucking season. Boom. New
Yeah.
news.
I mean, basically, one of his teammates probably spilled the guts. You know what I'm saying?
They all did. We
Or
all
He
did.
probably told a couple
Whoever-
teammates, and somebody spilled the juice.
I like Jason Kelsey.
I do too, but he's an
you know.
attention hog, man. They both are,
I think
and that's something
This
that
infected him though. I think once they started like videotaping his life outside of football, he's like, yeah, I can make a lot of money at this.
he thinks he can do a
It's a lot
country act.
easier.
Yeah.
Talking in front of a
I don't
microphone.
He actually
take
thinks
Than
cortisol
blocking
shots
these
for
320
this.
pound
Yeah.
He
dudes.
thinks he's a singer, though, dude. Like he actually thinks like they're good. Like he
Didn't
has an
Didn't
inflated
all the money
ego.
they raised from that go to like orphans or something like that? Like it was
Fend
a
for
good
themselves,
cause.
dude. Let them
Oh
fend
yeah,
for
this selfish ass.
Dante,
Hey,
Dante had to do it for years, man. He ran the streets, man. I know.
we don't need to give the Kelsey family any more attention. I don't like Travis. Travis was rude to me when I met him. Fuck that guy. Let's move on to other teams.
Blues lost. That sucks.
Side note,
I had
they-
the Blues money line. Son of a...
4-2 Islanders.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Side note: they should have kicked off and not.
In overtime. They should have. They should have.
Yeah, 100%.
And teams moving forward probably will in
That-
the playoff
yeah,
scenario.
that was the dumbest.
When-
Know what you have to
The
get.
numbers, yeah.
But run through it real quick. Bucks news. Mike Evans is going to return to the Bucks for the next 2 seasons. This is just as big of news as the Jason Kelsey shit, or if not bigger, because he's still going to be involved in the NFL. All right.
Biggest news of the month
So-
for you.
Oh, it's incredible news for me, man. He's really him and Levante
Until they
David
bring
are my
Baker
favorite
back.
2 players. I've been watching those dudes for more than the last decade, and they've been incredible players on even losing teams. So to get him back for 2 years, to know he's like down for the cause, it means a lot to me. I'm gonna love watching him play for the next 2 years. I hope he retires as a Buck because I think he's got more than 2 years left in the tank, and you know I'll draft him in fantasy every year too because he's incredible, dude. Like I don't know wide receiver that has been so soft spoken that has been as good as him, like since maybe Calvin Johnson. Because you didn't hear a lot of shit about Calvin Johnson. He just went out there and did his work.
Calvin Johnson didn't win either.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
Mike
like-
Evans didn't win for years either.
No, but he has
No.
one. And
I feel like Mike and Andre Johnson have a lot of similarities.
It's a good
yeah,
call.
that's a good.
It's a good call.
Because
Because,
Matt, you
like,
said
he
the other
One guy like Finnegan got him. They had that
Oh
fight.
yeah, he got in his
But
head.
they
Yeah.
Hey,
fought
Mike
a
Evans has
lot.
had Mike Evans has
And
had
Mike
his
and
fights too.
Lattimore
Yeah.
have fought a lot.
Lattimore, yeah.
But outside of
He's
that,
just not
it's
a diva.
every-
He's not like a diva.
Yeah, he's not a Dez. He's not an Odell every week doing that. There's a certain motherfucker that he hates. But outside of that guy, he's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good comment. Matt, you had said off the pod when we were chilling. the other
Devontae
day.
Adams.
Yeah,
Another
Devontae.
guy. You can
That
compare
was fun
Devontae
watching-
and Mike Evans.
Watching
He's not
him
the
live.
route runner. Mike doesn't run the routes nuts Devontae
When
does.
PS2 almost picked it off for a
That's
touchdown
more
when we were
physical.
at that game, you remember real early in that Raider Bronco game? And that out route in fucking PS2 fell down, Sertan, and he could have had it, dude, and he missed it, and then we lost by 20. That was cool.
Always remember that one.
I thought
Hey,
it was
the halftime concert was fun.
yeah,
We had good seats.
Have we even podcasted since that? I don't even know.
I looked it up today because I was talking to a bartender where I had dinner earlier. He said we hadn't podcasted in 2 months. And I was like, no.
We had to do
I was
one
like, we've just been going, it's not on that page.
Yeah,
it's not on the
we need-
videos page because we've been going live. And if you check
Yeah.
the live feed, it was 3
That's what you
weeks.
gotta do.
It's been
And when
3
you
weeks.
hit that
It's been
thumbs
3
up,
We should do
hit
trivia
that
video.
bell.
Instead of going live for trivia, we should just do a actual video. And when we start that, like, yo, we only go live now.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. All right. So other Bucks news, Antoine Winfield franchise tag. We're gonna get Antoine Winfield and Mike Evans back. I'm excited. Moving on. I know you guys don't want to fucking hear it. Here's what I want to ask. Saquon Barkley, the Giants did not franchise tag him, which means Saquon's going to be a free agent. What team would be the best fit for Saquon? Because I would offer up Baltimore as a possibility, Brad. I would offer up the Houston Texans as a possibility. I think Saquon with that Texans offense would be dangerous. You got Tank Dell, speedy wide receiver. You got Nico Collins, the big guy. And then you got a dynamic running back in Saquon. I think Saquon for the Texans would make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be somebody. Yeah.
What about Tampa?
Paying an aging.
You got
running
Rashad
back.
White, though, man. We don't need to spend that.
And his 3.2
We don't need to spend
yards
money on
per
a running back.
carry.
Dude,
That's
I
a
just-
long three
that's
Wouldn't
just
it
a
be a
lie
little-
of a stat, though, Brad. We already went over this. That's not a true stat.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You're like Trump when it comes to football.
The
stats.
Ravens
Just throw
are
any
the
number out
Ravens.
there.
The Ravens are like the Cardinals in the offseason.
We need to look at the
Because
deeper picture.
But
of the
listen
man.
here, Jimmy, real quick, buddy. I can talk to Baltimore.
That's pretty good.
I can
That's
talk to
pretty good.
New York. I can solve this in a minute.
It's gonna be fine.
It's
We will
fine.
have the
No,
votes.
listen, Kim Jong Un, he's my bitch. But I think the Ravens are like that Cardinal because
in
they'll
jail
never
one day.
deny anything because, like, well, it's all on the table, and every running back makes sense in Baltimore. You know, Gus just got 13 touchdowns there. Like Derrick Henry makes sense, Saquon makes sense. Especially Odell is not going to be re-signed there.
I think Derrick Henry would make more sense in Baltimore's like.
I disagree because
Yeah.
he needs a head of steam to get going in a read option game.
Oh yeah,
He's never
yeah.
gonna get
can
that.
maybe get wide.
Quick
quicker.
shift.
And
shit.
that's where it
Okay.
almost when I hear like a insider say like, "Oh, Derrick Henry," that makes so much. It's like it really doesn't because they're not.
It makes a lot of sense.
We're
What you're saying.
We're kind of a weird finesse power team. It's not.
The problem is there's no identity to that team. That's the
No.
fucking problem. They have all
and
the
it's a
talent
weird
out there.
transition of like trying to empower Lamar to make plays at the line. He never did it till this year, and you saw it in the postseason. He
That
got
playoff-
outmanaged.
He looks so
He
fucking
was lost.
bad.
He was
dude.
fucking lost.
And they were
like,
dropping balls. all
Physically,
over the
he is
field.
one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league. Obviously, with the 2 MVPs, he's got to. He needs to get to Manning camp. He doesn't
He
know how to
needs
read
to get-
defense, and he didn't have to until recently.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I thought. I mean, I saw more out of Lamar this year than I had seen any other season. It's
Yeah.
just it sucks that when you get to the playoffs and you fall
It's the
flat
same.
like that.
Same
You
thing.
know.
I
That's
agree.
what I
So,
thought.
but again, we've seen it so many times.
I
But
saw
the
that.
Derrick Henry thing, I think actually Cleveland would make sense.
Cleveland,
Chubb's not going to be ready for the start of the year. Derrick Henry would fit right into that Cleveland system, and then you figure you got the 2 of them in the postseason. Good luck.
Yeah, and at
Who's
least
gonna
one
be
of
their
them
quarterback?
survives to the postseason.
Exactly.
Chubb or
Between
Henry.
the 2 of them,
and then you can run your same game. Yep.
Who's their
I don't
quarterback?
mind
now?
that.
you're stuck with Deshaun.
Deshaun
He's the only guaranteed contract in the
Keep
league.
Flacco around just in case.
Yeah, right.
The
dude.
comeback player of the year.
Flacco
Yeah.
came out of no, dude. He's like, yeah, fucking.
That was
Flacco
pretty
might,
awesome. It
Flacco
was
might
pretty
get 20
awesome.
million to tutor somebody somewhere though. He might be in, with Caleb or whoever. whoever.
Yeah,
think-
all right.
They bring
So-
him right back, or is he just doing his own thing now? That was
I
just a
don't think
one
he
little.
wants to keep playing.
Not for the Browns.
He's an old man.
Let's say that's enough football talk. Let's get. And I
What
don't
player said, "I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid"?
I don't know. Lawrence Taylor.
Was it Terry Bradshaw, Brett Favre, Hollywood Henderson, or Deion Sanders?
I'm gonna go Brett Favre.
Terry.
Terry.
Terry Bradshaw. All right.
Yeah, got my.
If it was feed me more Vikes, that would be Brett.
It would have
Yeah,
applied to
that'd be
Brett
dope.
too. I
That'd
think.
be dope.
he
That'd be pretty dope.
just couldn't enunciate his words at that point.
Yeah. All right. So off of football, on to college basketball. We're gonna get to the Pokemon draft in like 5 minutes. But college basketball, I don't want to stick on like
No rush.
conferences
No rush.
or anything that much. But teams that we think can win a championship. I've been betting and watching a shit ton of college basketball, and there's been a handful of teams that have like caught my eye. Like maybe this team could make a run to win the championship. So I just want us to throw teams out there. And I got a list. I'll spit mine out first. Houston, I like because Houston's got a big dude that's solid.
Number one in the country.
Houston.
Start us
Houston-
off with a banger.
I got more dark horses, Brad. I got.
Yeah, I hope.
All
That
right.
horse
But
does
no.
not have a tan.
Houston plays good defense. They've been around the Final
They
Four
have for
before.
years.
They've never won a championship.
Mm.
Next, I'm going to go to the Big East, and I'm not going to take UConn. I'm going to take Creighton. I've seen Creighton beat UConn. I've seen Creighton whoop the shit out of other good teams. Creighton's also got a big dude that's from overseas, he's a white dude.
Yeah, from
he-
Croatia, I think.
He can block shots. Let's say he's from Croatia, sure.
Des
But
Moines.
he can
Eastern
block.
European.
He can block shots and he scores inside the paint. I like Creighton when they have a good game, and Creighton's got 3-point shooters as well.
we all.
I could see Creighton making a run. Other teams I'll throw out there, fucking Seton Hall. They'll be out in the first round. If you want to take a flyer, you put down $1 to have somebody win you like $1,000 to win the championship, maybe Seton Hall, but they're probably not going to do it. I would throw out Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon University is a sleeper for me. All right.
They're
I like-
asleep.
I need somebody from the West. I don't trust the Pac-10, but Grand
What
Canyon.
Cedars?
I
What
bet
are
on
they even?
I bet on Grand Canyon 2 times. They won both those games. I like Grand Canyon as an option. So that's like my deep sleeper.
That
So
is-
I need some options.
That thing.
Guys.
That's
Who's
a coma.
gonna win in college basketball? You never fucking know.
Yeah.
Take the SEC. There's athletes on every team.
What about Tennessee?
Almost everybody
Tennessee?
likes the press. I think you either live or die.
I like North Carolina.
If I always like North Carolina. I kind of grew
I
up
like
a
North
Tar Heel
Carolina.
fan. It's kind of faded away, but if I'm picking an SEC team, Brad, it would be Tennessee for me. They play the best ball out of any SEC.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on Kentucky.
Kentucky can score, but they refuse to play defense.
No.
They beat Arkansas like 106 to 102 the other day. I don't trust that in the tournament holding up. You know what I'm saying?
No.
If
I
you're
just I say SEC just they have amazing athletes. Like every
Yeah.
team has dudes where you're like, yeah, that could be a sixth man next year.
What about Marquette?
Marquette, man, I wish I could have the faith,
They don't
but
have a
when
lot of
every
quad
time
one wins.
every time I watch them, Marquette disappoints me. Like you've seen them lose to UConn.
What do they beat the shit out of Seton Hall every time? they
No,
play?
Seton Hall beat them
That'd
this
be
year.
a quad
Seton Hall
two,
beat
I
them
think.
this year, man.
Hey, we beat you guys by 20 though, so watch out for
Uh-oh.
Nova.
Yeah,
then,
wait till tomorrow, bro.
Let's go.
You want
Let's go.
should we do a little live podcast?
We always do it, dude. We always do the
$5.
5. You still owe me 5 from whoever the fuck beat
$5.
you last time. I beat you in the.
I always pay up. I always
yeah.
pay up. $5 here. Hey, $5 is a half a pack of
Since
smoke.
when?
Half a pack of cigs.
Uh-oh. Are we doing our sig in the house for the night?
I lit it up. It went out, man.
Oh.
He's got his boyfriend lurking over his shoulder back there.
Mike Evans.
Well,
Dude, I wish he was, man.
I got
go
mine,
gay.
too.
I would go
Don't worry
gay
about
for
it,
Mike
man.
Evans. If
Look
I
at
could
that.
date a dude like Mike Evans.
Dante.
You see the little lightsaber? dude?
You guys
see
don't
that?
got any other teams where you'd be like, this is the team I'm picking in a bracket?
See that many dude? Oh, little lightsaber.
Like UConn's an obvious answer, right?
Yeah, Purdue's
it'll be
another
one of-
easy one.
Yeah.
I never will
with
pick
the big
Purdue.
boy.
I won't do it. If
You
they
never
win,
say
fuck
that,
it.
but we
Iowa
say that about
State is
certain
an
schools
interesting
until they do it. So
I like when it's different once it actually comes down to a bracket and you fill out the matchup that, like, all right, that team could beat that
see
team.
right.
Not just like that team could win it. Well, there's 15 teams that
If
could
Purdue
fucking
gets
win it.
matched up with teams that don't have a 6'10 plus guy, they can
Whatever.
just literally sit there at half court and just lob it to the
And
big
it's-
O.
Yeah, and it's like that's the shit though that because that one year the random ass team had like a 7'3" guy that was from
I feel
wherever.
like you chase weird
Matchup,
stuff.
dude. Matchups,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
me, matchups and coaching. Like
3-point shooting.
who's their coach? Who's been there? Tom Izzo. I don't even know how good Michigan State is.
I don't think they're going to make the tournament.
No, yeah.
State.
That's one that I would always bet on. But that guy from Purdue is another.
Matt Painter.
Yeah, he looks like a dude.
Bernie's big
He
mistake
does look like
in
a
St.
dude.
Louis.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I liked it once the brackets are out. It's a lot more fun to kind of decide like who could win. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
pick.
Creighton
a team
is kind of
that's
the
going
team.
around.
Creighton is kind of like my team this year where I've decided like just watching them.
You're
I
a
feel
fan
like
of the Big East. You like Seton
Yeah.
Hall, and Creighton now is your team.
Creighton.
You cheer.
I'm going to be
you-
realistic though. Seton
You're
Hall
like a
doesn't have
glacier.
chance to
You
make a
just
run.
engulf whole regions with your fandom.
When I watch the Big East teams, like Creighton's a team I could see making a run. Seton Hall is not. They don't have a chance to make a run. They
Yeah,
don't have to do it.
Creighton's probably going to get a 3 or 4 seed, right?
Yeah, but if you're talking about a team to win it all, there's a 3 or 4.
That would
seed.
be a
It's not
pretty
really-
prime spot to win.
in the NCAA tournament. Not really the case. Usually a 1 seed wins.
Lately, but that wasn't always the case, really.
Syracuse wanted it as a 3 seed way back.
No, and
When
like
we
I'm
were in
saying,
sixth
like
grade.
I know UConn wanted it
Holy shit,
as an
was
8
that one?
1 year. Butler won one. Like
Butler never won one.
they're never won, but they got there. There's
Yeah.
been years where teams that are not 8s like even get there, or not ones that actually get to it. So I don't know. Ones have won lately though. Like the
I
year
think
that
Texas Tech
Nova-
a few years was in the finals as a 6 seed.
that might have been
but-
the year Nova was in there, and everybody else was a 1 but one team, and it might have been Texas Tech.
Villanova was a 2 though. Yeah, so we're not.
I think we were a 1 that year though. I think one of the years that we won, we were a 1 going into it, but I could be wrong. Because
We
I
ready?
had them picked. Oh, we going to the draft?
Pokemon. We ready for the
We
Pokemon?
going?
I think we can
Yeah.
do it. I think we can get into it.
Sure.
Brad's so excited.
Matt's been waiting for this.
Dude, I've been calling for a Pokemon
This
draft
is
for like
why
3
we did
weeks.
the
Didn't we
podcast
talk about this
is bad, dude.
last one? I thought we Pokemoned out. We were talking about like the progressions of Blastoise and Bulbasaur and Charizard. We weren't done with Pokemon at that point.
Oh no, I think we're getting
We
deep.
didn't get fully. We didn't get
No,
deep
we
into
got it. I think everybody got it. I don't think anybody cares.
6-sided die. I care.
No, of course you got the 6.
6-sided
Why do
die.
you have?
Everybody pick a number. I need a number out of the 2 of you.
Give me a fucking 0.
All right,
11.
Brad's going closest to 0. Jimmy's going 11. I'm going to take 6 as the total. I got a 5.
What?
I'm going to take first pick.
Oh, thank
I-
God.
Second pick goes to Brad
Woo!
How?
because he was closer to 5.
Because I'm a better Pokemon
I said
player.
11.
Loser.
Yeah, well, if you do the math, 0 is
back.
closer to
You get the
5
He
to
zero.
11.
said double 0.
Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't
That's
matter.
15.
Double 0 and 0 are the same numerical value.
He
They
should
equal-
You should
dock
go to
a
math
point for
class.
lying.
That. Well,
You
we'll
should
do
get
that.
skipped in the first for
We'll
lying.
figure that out. You
Okay.
take Eevee,
Matt,
take
that's up to
Eevee.
your rule.
we'll be good.
All right. First pick. in the Pokemon draft. I'm taking Charizard, guys.
Well, that's the
I gotta take Charizard and get him off the board. He is the king. He's the
Dose
fucking
pair.
king of Pokemon.
No, dude.
He's got more in his arsenal than anybody else has to offer. He's the Tom Brady of Pokemon. He's been king for like the last 20 years.
I can't
All right.
wait for my pick.
So
You help me out.
I'm going to take Charizard off the board. That's my first pick. Brad, I'm going to kick it to you. I love that's just an easy one to get off the board first.
Easy. I'm gonna go with what is that thing? Mew.
Mew.
Oh, there you
Brad's
go.
going to take Mew and obscure
That's the
second
go
pick.
one.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
That's
I'm
a
not
dope-
gonna let you little basic fucking ass Charizard come at
Yeah.
me.
Well,
That bullshit.
I
I'm gonna
wanted
be-
to go Blastoise because that was always the go-to playing.
Blastoise is
Fuck
second on my
you,
big
I'm not going
board.
with that.
Blastoise
Yeah.
was second on my big board.
Yeah,
I would have
better
taken
Playing right into my hands, baby. Let's go.
I would have
Line 'em
taken
up.
I would have taken Mewtwo before I would have taken the original Mew, just because I
Yeah.
think Mewtwo.
Well, I don't
looks
know the
cooler.
fucking difference, but we got something in the family.
Well, if you want to know, Mewtwo was actually the bigger version. Mew was actually a ghost. He's a lot rarer of a card, Brad. If you want to go back to that, I think it was 1970 or 1997
Yeah,
when
I
the
don't
first
give a shit.
they were released, and it was an early breaking thing. And do you know about how many fingers does Mew have, Brad?
4.
6
8?
on each
I
hand.
thought Brad would know about it. So I was like, yeah, you took them the
6
first
on
round.
each hand.
It's 4
I'll
on
tell you
each
what.
hand.
It comes in with 4 fingers.
I don't care.
I have no
I was
idea.
going. I don't
Had a
have
big hand,
Pokemons.
star appeal. Taking it in the first round, be hard pressed to tell me otherwise.
Okay. I think Kuiper would have liked the
Right.
wild card.
Jimmy, the clock's ticking. Shit clock's
Yeah.
ticking.
Come on.
Blastoise.
You're taking Blastoise.
Blastoise.
I love
Layer
it.
it.
He was second on my big board. I love the pick.
Matt's finished. Spray him down. And then all I gotta do is worry about you, and I'm fueled up. And you're gonna need water at some point. And I keep it in my what do they call that? Your kernel or your fucking shell? What is that thing called on a turtle? The fucking
Shell.
The
It's called a
shell.
shell. Yeah.
That. I keep it in my kernel.
You call it a kernel like it's a piece of popcorn. Or something.
Yeah, we got to break that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, probably. Oh, I get back to back.
Yeah, you do have the turn.
I kind of want Tauros, but I think I'm gonna go Beedrill.
Oh,
Because Beedrill
Beedrill.
can fuck with you, and I can. I'll
What
even
about
come to
Pidgeot?
you, sting you up. Oh no, I got. Trust me, I got an arsenal down.
Talking about a bee with these drill things on the ends of his hands, like
And I like kind of when I looked into him, he evolves from Kakuna, and I evolved from Kahuna. So
Pidgeotto.
it's like kind of,
to keep it in the family.
and it says they totally look like bees, which scare the fuck out of me. So in a way, Beedrill is bug poison type Pokemon.
Yay.
That's what I am. I'll fuck you up. Blastoise and Beedrill. Imagine if I had those things flying around Blastoise, fucking everything up.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be
I-
honest. I think Beedrill bit of a reach, but I like the Pokemon overall. I like the Pokemon. Brad, it's back to you with the second pick in the second round of the draft.
Give me Onyx.
Onyx. Brad's just going with the classics.
I like it. Machamp would have been good too, dude.
Machamp's
Onyx
better.
is like a basic Pokemon, but he is well known. He's it's almost like taking an offensive lineman third.
Is that the
overall
little
in the
rock?
draft.
That's the rock, right?
the
That's like
snake
the-
rock. He's a
Yeah,
snake rock.
yeah.
Don't
yeah.
worry about it. We're
If you
powering
play
up here.
Super Smash
I
Brothers,
pull
he's
them
great.
all together for one power.
Yeah. I don't mind the pick.
I got
It's like a-
Onyx and Mew. You guys are fucked.
It's a solid pick. It's a solid pick. It's kind of,
I'm
it's
gonna
kind
get
of
the right
boring.
energy card and just.
Yeah, it's kind of boring, but it's honest. It's
I like Onyx.
Solid.
Hey,
All right,
I know where
back to
Matt's
me.
going, so fuck off. God
back
damn
to
it.
me.
Mm.
I probably am not going where you're thinking, man. I'm gonna go Alakazam because he's my
I
favorite psychic Pokemon. He's got the double spoons. He can bend the spoons. Spoon.
He's scary.
And like he just is a cool looking motherfucker. You don't know
He's
what he's
creepy.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching episodes when I was little, and he'd be
He looks dangerous. He just looks
and
dangerous.
I never know how they beat
Yeah,
him. He was
right.
one of those like the dude from Power Rangers that was all Ivan Ooze.
Don't
how
know
did
the
they-
Power Rangers lore very well.
How did they beat him?
Right. Now you look at a dude with 2 spoons. How the fuck did we get this guy?
I'm saying, if you can see my screen, I have Alakazam.
You take
he
a
looks that
Charizard and you
scary-
melt him.
The dude looks that scary, but all he's got is a couple of spoons. Like he
Wouldn't,
must be a bad motherfucker.
This is getting weird.
No.
Gengar
All right,
and them be lurking around
Brad-
in the shadows of his
Brad,
eyes.
throw it back to you.
Don't you get 2?
Oh,
Brad's running out of Pokemon in round 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot he doesn't have a list. He goes
no,
Pikachu.
I didn't take it.
You know, there's 2 called Slowbro and Slowpoke. Reminds me
Whatever
of
the
Timo and
first
David.
couple of that Venusaur, Bulbasaur,
Venusaur?
that one.
Ivysaur.
Venusaur?
The big
Which
one.
one though?
I want the
Bulbasaur.
fat one.
The fat one, Venusaur. is the
Venusaur.
fat one.
Yeah,
The
I want the
big
big. Oh,
Brad says I want the fat one.
I'm going for girth and size here. Onyx, big,
Onyx.
low to the ground.
Who is Mew's like the smartest one.
Yeah,
Brad-
exactly. I got him doing his little.
Brad's building up the offense and
I'm building a
defensive
squad
line.
here.
Yeah. Like the Ravens. That's how the Ravens draft too, man. You're
Inside
staying
out.
true. Yep. All right, Jimmy, you got 2 in a row here, man. So think it through.
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
solid
That
pick.
cancels him out. Dumb.
And
You
then I
don't know
want
how Pokemon work, obviously.
Brad knows the rules of the
Dumbass.
Pokemon Battle Master game.
and then I want
Looking at my
Tauros.
Tauros. You like
Yeah.
the fucking bull with the horn.
Oh, I want to add some muscle to the old squad.
Is
up
that
there,
a real original Pokemon? I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's a gay
It is.
Japanese add-on.
Tauros
No, that's
uses
an
its
original.
side to the fullest advantage, trampling its opponents under cloven hooves. So
You catch him in the safari area of the Pokemon.
Pokemon Snap, you gotta.
You remember when you go into the safari and
No,
Pokemon? It's
I
kind of
don't.
intense?
I didn't play
Pokemon
that.
Snap? You roll on the boat,
Pokemon Snap I've played, but played less than the original.
dude. That
Pokemon.
game was way dope.
All right.
Pokemon Battle, remember that one? It would be like a fight, and you could like,
Pokemon
hit-
Stadium. How about Pokemon Stadium?
That was
with
it.
the
That
video?
was it.
Play that.
Pokemon
yeah.
Stadium. I remember playing that at Shakey's, dude, and he's like, I was like, this game's fucking sick. And then I realized, like, you just hit a button, and then they do a little thing, and then they hit a button, and they do a little thing. And if they have a little bit more energy, then they live. It was like the dumbest fucking, I don't know. It was like Madden without actually controlling the players. But it was really cool at the time. I was good at Pokemon Snap. I can take a picture.
Okay.
So.
You got your 2 picks off. It's back to Brad.
And I got a good.
You remember the
Raichu.
Raichu. Okay, there you go. Brad pulled one out of his ass. There we go.
You should have just gone pulled
I
my
wanted,
binder
I
out.
wanted the original, but then I was like, nah.
You should have gotten my binder and just said all from like page 1 through the entire binder. Because I think that there's probably, at least probably every.
How many Pokemon did you collect, Jimmy? 120?
I got a lot of them, dude. Oh, when I was doing Pokemon Go, that was great because you'd have to tell Papa Ando I'm gonna go smoke some. All right, I couldn't tell him that, so I'm like, hey man, I'm playing Pokemon Go.
I played that for one day, man. I walked around this art museum and played Pokemon Go, catching the Pokemon on your.
That's not the
phone.
place to do it, dude. You're not gonna meet.
It was one day. It was one day. That's all I could do. No, you walk outside around like the art museum. It's a big place, but it wasn't
Maybe-
very fun.
a spin class or like a pumpkin patch given the time of
That
year.
sounds real.
Trade Pokemon with the right women.
An art museum, you can
Maybe
find
you
the-
give them the favor of the Pokemon
I
trade.
saw St. Charles the other day. That everybody was a little Pokemon Go. I saw the clientele. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
It didn't. I will say it was a game that did not stick.
Well,
I was hella good at it, dude. I had them all, but my binder is.
You lost your
jam-packed.
Pokédex. It sounds like your Pokédex just
I-
got
they're-
stolen.
you
They're
left it at
I
the
know.
lake.
It's not. I'm getting it for real.
Ah.
Fuck a wedding gift. I want
back to me, and I think I got
there's
back-to-back
a
picks.
Raichu in there.
Got back-to-back picks. I'm gonna take Aerodactyl. You guys remember this guy? The pterodactyl Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Pull him up.
Aerodactyl because he was honestly that was one of my favorite Pokemon cards as a kid. And I'm
How
gonna
long
follow.
are we doing this?
I think we got about 10 rounds left.
Yeah.
It goes through Saturday. It's like the real draft. Well, how do you?
I don't know how long do they let us go live on StreamYard?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
we'll go.
pretty sure
I
we
got-
cut off.
I still got plenty left on my list.
Yeah, I'm seeing like 10 minutes. That seems to be. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's with an eye.
9:58.
All right.
57.
I'm gonna follow up the Aerodactyl and I'm gonna go Scyther. You guys remember Scyther, the fucking
Yeah.
jungle lizard with his fucking
Oh,
knives
he's a
as for arms?
badass, dude.
I
yeah.
really like Scyther too. So I'm gonna
You
go
gave me-
Aerodactyl and Scyther.
I still have that card in that fucking Pokedex, man.
It's a good card, man.
It
I
is.
might even have to buy that one
Japanese
from you.
I'm telling you. You hooked it up. You didn't know it. You were all about the ganja at the time.
All right.
Man.
Let's call it Brad. I can tell Brad's discontent. So let's call this the last round. You guys each got a
You
couple
writing them
picks
down,
to
Matt?
make. Yeah, I got them all written down, man. All in
All
front of me.
right, yeah. All right, is it me?
Yep.
Geodude.
No, you know what? It's Brad first. Brad, you
Damn it!
Geo dude.
Geo,
He-
dude.
Yeah, motherfucking Geodude.
Oh, it's like when you're
What
reading your
did that one
pick
do?
early. Geodude, the little rock with the two
I feel like
strong
I'm building a
arms.
strong O line. I got Onyx, Geo, dude.
Geodude is like the Kyle Juszczyk of Pokemon.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he's a little guy, but he's versatile. He
We're
can play
fine.
anywhere out
He
there.
hides like a rock and comes out and
Yeah.
fucks people up.
We're coming in strong. We'll just
Yeah.
take all your strikes.
Brad's team's built on strength. Jimmy, you got 2 picks in a row, and that's going to close out the draft.
All right, yeah.
That's
I want,
here.
I want my attack dog, our canine,
I thought about that.
because he is a G. And then I will finish that off with Farfetch'd. Because I need
Farfetch'd
somebody
the bird.
lurking over the
Need a
top.
bird.
Yeah, I want somebody lurking. And he was always hella goofy, dude. I like Farfetch.
Are those all original Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea. Farfetch.
Gotta catch them
and-
all, dude.
I'm going to throw out some honorable mentions here. Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan. The
Machop.
fucking big dinosaur dude. Brown and white dude. Flareon. The dude that evolves from Eevee. The-
Dude, when I looked
the
at
cat
Flareon
with
and
the
Jigglypuff.
Eevee,
Wingtails.
Jigglypuff didn't make it.
Jigglypuff is a classic that neither of us picked. I think Jigglypuff's a little bit too soft.
He
For all
doesn't
of our
absorb
taste.
blows. He just doesn't take the beating for the other Pokemon.
I don't know. He falls asleep. It's like you on the headset sometimes on PlayStation. Just falls asleep.
You know,
Just get lost.
your greatest strength is your silence at that point.
Nido King. I can't believe I didn't draft Nido King.
They're
in all those
Gengar,
rounds.
Hunter, or Ghastly. Like, none of
Ghastly,
those are
the
weird.
classic
Yeah.
like ghost psychic.
Yeah, I
Pokemon.
was gonna do Gengar for sure, but
What do we think about like Cubone? Cubone, the little like mini dinosaur with the skull mask.
Oh yeah.
no, that's Farfetch'd. Like pre-evolution, right?
I'm biased to all like the Pokemon that look like dinosaurs.
Yeah, when I looked up
No,
all the
I'm biased.
Pokemon and what they looked like, I kind of figured out why the hell we were talking about this in March. Because I was like, okay, well, football's over, and all these things look like little dinosaurs lurking on the screen.
It's awesome.
Nido King, I was like, how did he not do that? I look at that and I'm like, we're adding.
You guys remember Sculpey Clay? Did you guys ever buy Sculpey Clay as a kid? Michael's the craft store, the hobby and craft store.
Is that like Pokemon?
Michael's. No,
I know
but you-
Michael's. Yeah.
You could buy these blocks of like colored clay, and I had built up all these little like mini figurines that were like this tall, and I had named them all and had this like booklet, and I had basically invented my own like version of Pokemon, and never, and that's where it collapsed when I was about 12 years old. Me and
That's where
Cahill,
crazy boys.
me and Cahill would like shoot little like stop action videos of them and all this shit. I designed them all, made them all,
Where are these videos?
named them all.
Can we get our hands on these videos?
They're probably all. I mean, they don't exist, man. It's the same thing when we made.
Convert VHS to DVD, DVD to,
Well, it's the same thing as when we made like those Jackass videos when we were kids. We don't know how to like transfer those little cassette tapes
we
to
did.
digital.
Just
we
get-
don't.
get
We
them
don't
to
know
us,
either
we'll
where they
take
are
over.
or how to transfer them. It's all lost. It's lost footage.
It's all
It
lost.
is. It's
We're gonna
It's
have
all
to have. We would have to call in Indiana Jones to come like dig it up and solve the mystery. You know.
He's from the olden days. Does he
Yeah,
know about technology? Is he like Batman?
in a way,
Indiana?
I like Indiana Jones. The new movie was
That was the
Average.
sequel to Indian in the
That
Cupboard,
new
correct?
one. A little different.
not exactly. No, not related to Indiana.
Could be wrong on that.
But well,
Same premise. Same premise.
we'll get out of here in a second.
I won the draft. So
Nah.
I don't know, man. That
Matt's about
Toros-
to throw up.
Toros was a reach. No, I'm just fucking choking on a.
We'll get out of here in a second.
God, I've just had my second house cigarette. So
You lose.
Ah,
Hey,
ah.
Fuck stuttering, John. Fuck you, John.
you're all trolls.
We know you're teaching, John. We know you're out there,
Yeah,
John.
John's a sub again.
John's
Hey.
a sub.
Thanks for coming out and getting a podcast in, guys. I know it's been a while since the Super Bowl. We'll probably do another around March Madness. I don't know. We'll see if we can make it
Yeah,
work.
we'll maybe just go live the entire morning of the wedding. How about that?
Why not? We'll be sitting around drinking beers. Why not just let one rip?
Who's getting married?
Anybody that can't be there can be there then.
This dude in the middle, Jimmy Anderson's getting married in less than a
look
month.
how happy. Look at that glowing
He's so
face.
excited.
He's just show him some teethers, Jim.
You're still
All
going
right,
to be able
yeah.
to bet on sports. It's fine, man.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna change except everything.
Nothing.
I think Jimmy will change slowly. It'll take
Yeah.
some time.
He's already changed slowly. but-
He's honestly, Jimmy, over the last 2 years, you've become like, in a way, more responsible than you've ever been. You still have your weaknesses for sure. Like I text you. Are we gonna
Record
text
that
Jimmy.
segment right there, Jim.
Are we gonna do the podcast tonight? Sometimes it takes Top Man about 10 hours to respond to a text message, but we
That's
end up
just 'cause
getting.
that's when he wakes up.
You know, he's allergic. He's allergic.
Sometimes I got a lot going on. I'm allergic to compliments. Here.
That's just
All
when he
right.
wakes up, Matt.
Let's cut it. I love you all.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Hey,
Later.
good gear.